FFWS Grand Finals, where the early birds definitely catch the win. What's your prediction for the FFWS Grand Finals? Let us know in the comments below, and don't miss the action.
Now. Burn bright, I don't burn out. Crushed out, look at me now.
I can never go reverse now.
But I'ma spin it back, A-jump. Went from nada to the crowd, throw in their hands, base jump. I'ma hit the finish line no matter what. They front, first place, you a run.
In the previous competition, it's just that it was slow from the early part, so hopefully this is where they pop off. And yesterday was just the starter, the fire starter for Evo's Divine, because like we know that this is the target for the team to be able to go in and qualify and get as much point as possible. But well, we'll have to see. But right now, for both of the team that we just pointed out, the goal is to take down Go, or Cow at this point. 238 points or 239 is what they need to achieve right now to be able to take down a team that is patiently waiting and praying to not be relegated away from the grand finals.
63 points is the bare minimum, 64 is security, and this is what these two teams are looking for. I mean, there is a chance that after the final 6 rounds that both of them qualify and knock GOW out of contention, and that would be a permutation that we can look forward to as well. But again, that one a lot more circumstantial, a lot more situational, depending on how these teams perform in the opening 2-3 rounds of the final day. But aside from that, at least one of them, I guess based on calculations, should be able to make it through.
Now, let's see though if that is something that they can follow, or probably they have a different thing in mind. But well, for both teams, I'm looking forward to them really perform. For RRQ, they're not really stressed at all. They are safe, I believe, based on how they perform, especially their double booyah from yesterday. So I love what we have right now. But there we have it, Husky. I think this is on. Neither heaven or hell will be saving the team who will be dropping off the edge of elimination as we jump into Purgatory.
Round number 1 out of the final 6 rounds is underway, and no better way to throw these teams into the deep end by starting on Purgatory. We also kind of went through kind of the drop zones and how the teams would want to approach this kind of map. At least from yesterday, a lot of teams are a lot safer in terms of their, I think, rotation in the early few games. They go for very hard reads, but I am looking to see if anyone is going to switch it up a little bit, right? We know that Evo's Divine loves to go Brasilia. They usually stay in the center, the big island. RQ Kazu on Central is a given. Hotshot also loves that lumber mill, but because this lobby doesn't have Team Falcons in it, there's a lot more space on the southern side of the map this time.
Yeah, and compared to what we seen yesterday, the southern part is where everyone has been clumping in together. So let's see though. We have RRQ right now already up, and a little bit of insight for RRQ for 18 Deer. He has averaged 3.7 per game, and despite only playing 3 games, he did more and helped the team grab 2 booyahs. But speaking of more, seems like Fluxo has more to worry about. Hope right now, well, not the only hope, but one of the hope for Redcliffe to be able to get elimination, but unfortunately unable to confirm. And there goes Pops, the support of the team, not only taking down Hope, but also picking up Putsin.
Yeah, and thankfully there is backup in, because if Putsin goes down, that would be quite a start for Fluxo, who loves to play on the edges of the map, like the early drop zones in the more classical maps like Purgatory and Bermuda have been focused around just starting off safe. In this case, we see Prox and Mount Villa, but they like to make those circle 3, circle 4 rotations. And we've seen teams like AGAL put that to a stop, at least at EWC, and AGAL also coincidentally are in this lobby. So there is a chance that that similar situation might happen. It's also worth pointing out that Prox is starting for the team instead of GU this time.
Yeah, I mean, Prox right now, well, almost being taken down by Rex, but I love how Prox uses skill to be able to prevent Rex on putting up a glue wall. Now, let's see if that is something that they can repeat and probably take a few players more from Redcliffe. But for Hotshots, another team that is at bottom of our leaderboards, being taken down by Nova Legion, and this is what they need to get away from that tie between them and Evo's Divine. Azu right now moving away from the rest of the team just to make sure that they will not be hit by any of those throwables and preparing their own glue wall melter. A little bit off, but there goes the rest, and here comes Cluzo, Floki, as well as Sebas for the push.
Oh, Hana turns the Wukong into a patch of bush. It still ends up going down, but was able to buy a bit of time action though, and sadly getting blasted by Lopez. So this should be it for Hotshot, the first team to get wiped out. Nova Legion loves these openings, but Evo's Divine, they will have to work a bit harder now that their direct competitor has gotten a 4-point head start.
Yeah, I mean, one team out and their flames has gone out. Now, let's see for the rest of the teams where they are heading. Speaking of Evo Divine, Rasia being taken down by Movistar R7. They're not out of the game just yet. Only one elimination from R7, but the rest of the teams there is in the horizon. And as you can see in the map as well, they are backing away. Now, looking at the trajectory of the launch pad, it seems like they are going in probably from gunshots coming from WHEs trying to shoot down Evo's Divine, or just to beat Evos on that approach if they're trying to head into a vending machine. But no, the alternative would be to move away, get to the river, probably cross this, and find a different spot to revive Rasia.
They want to go for the hard read. They could go for the Rimnam village take. Circle is going down south, which seems to be the case right now, looking at the trajectory. Quickly gets rid of hacks. WAG was a team that I feel like there were a lot of hopes coming into global finals from the fall season, but sadly hasn't really delivered on that. Don't have a chance to make it the top 12, but they can still make a difference in this final day. We saw EVOS losing 2 members to WAG, and R7 also decided that WAG is a threat. PLS1 is out.
Cedo, I mean, PLS1 out, and they will need to revive him. Now, in a bit, we're going to see Clear Vision, who is currently chasing R7 through the lightning zone. And let's see if they'll be able to get away, probably get elimination. But unknown to Clear Vision, there's a few players from behind that might be able to go in for the backstab. Turbo and Games King. There goes a U-turn. Probe for the shot, but unfortunately doesn't make or doesn't land any of those. Now, they have the high ground, good vision, clear vision against R7, as well as the binocular being used, spotting how many is in the area, but I don't think they will be pushing carelessly. They need to be careful right now. In spite of them having trouble to get into the top 12, they still are a threat for those trying to chase for points.
Yeah. Take your eyes off of some of these players out there, these teams that are just disregarded and not being a contender. That's where mistakes usually happen. Right now for Clear Vision, they wanted to make a rotation, but sadly it was held back by R7. That could be the undoing, and it could be the good news for R7 to take a couple of points for themselves. Sharon has Games King pinned down. WAG against Evo's Divine continues to unfold off screen too. As X4 against Kochu will be that 1v1. Ray comes in to try and provide backup. X4 holding on his well pretty well. Kochu now in a 1v1, trapped in the glue wall. The Sephi is deployed and ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. T-Quay with a good Winchester, but Ray turns 180 and takes down T-Quay. Evo's Divine is the one that comes out on top.
Yeah, Evo's Divine, well, a potential 3 elimination after those has been confirmed. And, well, let's see though, if they can still hunt for a few more of WAG. Make that 1 more of WAG. But speaking of hunt, Nova Legion right now, after hunting some of the Tigers, which is Hotshots, now heading to RRQ. Abe and 18 Deer. Now let's see if the Clutch Kid will be able to do it once again. Already under the push, but the glue wall stops him. Connected with that electrotherapy. They seems like a strong duo, but they have to back away. Cluso is down.
The Cassie is the one that went down first. The retire rhythm committed. Lopez doesn't really get the trade in. 18 did a buy, doubled up. Then we've been talking about the backup is perfect, and RQ Kazu puts it to work. And unfortunately for Nova Legion, this could be where round 1 ends for the Sabas. Trying to hold back the Kingdom, but they storm through the front doors and Nova Legion out in 11th.
Yeah, Nova Legion, I mean, despite of them getting the first few points, they will be out of contention and giving way for Evos to be able to get more. And their target would be Movistar R7 Turbo, hitting the turbo to move away, but no heal is being done. He cannot stop. He tried to get to the tower, but Cold Shield hits him with a Winchester for the win.
That's 4 eliminations, essentially tying them up in terms of points with Nova Legion at this point of time, but the fact that Nova Legion has already been eliminated means that EVOS will definitely pull ahead by the end of this round unless they get wiped out right after this. Still, Circle going down south, and that's why we saw EVOS. They make that read early on to skirt around the coastline. I thought they would consider a Rimnam Village take, or at least, not Rimnam Village, at least they would consider the Brazilian golf course take. But I think at the end of the day, it's still pretty fine because they did had a very slow start to the round. So gonna take some of their losses, go far away from the stage zone, loot up, and then take a vehicle back.
Yeah, well, see though, I mean, they do have vehicle. The target right now for Evos is to get to that vending machine first before anyone from R7 beats them to it and revive 2 of their teammates. But for Fluxo, no worries for them. They usually stay onto the edge. This has been like a consistent tactic. Not only for Fluxo, but also most of the top dogs. They stay in the edge, be quiet, but comparing to some of the days, they've seen some of those teams that they can bring down. So another team that they might have sights on is Redcliffe right now, who will be heading in, probably crossing that bridge, but from behind. It seems like we also have a view of us like WAG and RRQ, but Heavy staying into the harbor. Let's see if they will be caught off guard by RQ.
And the fishing hut on the low ground usually is quite inconspicuous if teams aren't actively looking for it, and how the circle is. RQ Kazu don't see it as a necessity yet. If it shifts to the northern side and there is a need to potentially cross that river or hold the coastline, and RQ Kazu will have to fight heavy for it. They do find themselves some good loot here, so Deuce gets to do some shopping and make sure that RRQ will be ready for the next encounter. Last we checked on the radar, not much teams are on the southern side of the map for now, so they should be pretty clear cut for some of these rotations.
Well, see though, now Eva's Divine taking and putting in so much damage onto Clear Vision that they couldn't recover. A lot of knockdowns happening already, a lot of red being brought in by Evo's Divine. So I guess this is it. This is where they really farm for points, but still no one down just yet. There goes the jump and a reversal that has been done, but Rasia saves them by bringing down Zach, but the pickup is also being done. Now, Clear Vision has a clear-cut way to eliminate the entirety, if not most, of Evo's Divine.
That's just not good enough from Evos. Russia bailed them out, but you can't always rely on these kind of maneuvers. I mean, Clear Vision, good on them. The response was very prompt. 2 of the members got knocked down. They were able to manage to pick up and instantly stop the aggression from Evos, who probably felt that they could take that fight. Russia almost bailed them out, but without any confirmation, Evos are the one that ended up on the losing end. With only 2 members left alive and 11 minutes in, there really isn't much time for them to pack up and, regain that arsenal for the late game.
Hell, let's see if they'll be able to get a few more loots in there. And once they revive, they will be ending up far away from the couple of players that was left from Evos. Now for Heavy, a jump from Fluxo and a potential backstab. Mufasa got hit. Butterson also will be reversed, but they took each other out. There goes 2 players from both sides. And